here is the question of the day. The question for today is the divide array into equal pairs. In this question, we are given an array nums which is of length 2 into n, and what we need to do is we need to divide this nums into n pairs. The total length was 2 into n, and we need to divide it into n pairs, which means each pair will be of length 2. So what we have got till now, that length for each will be 2. And next is the element present in the pair should be equal. So if there is a possible, what will be the possible pair? 1 1 is a possible pair, 2 2 is a possible one, but 1 2 is not possible because both the elements are not equal. So we got that we need the length 2, and pair the elements in the pair should be equal. Next, we need to return if the nums can be divided into n pairs, and otherwise we need to return false. So let's just look into the array. So first of all, I need two elements of which have same value. So if there is one 3, there should be another 3 also, which will pair with it. Similarly, if there is a 2, there should be another 2 which will pair with it. And if there is one more 2, there should be one more 2 which has not paired with anyone else and will pair with it. So that is why we are giving return true here. In the second example, there is 1, but there is no another 1 which will pair with it. That's why we are returning false. So how we are going to solve this problem? First of all, we will maintain an array of size length plus the maximum, whatever the maximum element this array has, plus 1. Why so? I will let you know. So in this case, the maximum element was 3. So that is why the size of my array is 4. So what we are going to do, we are going to count the number of occurrence of each element. For example, in like the 3 has come, so I will move to the third index and increment it by 1. Now the 2 Now the 2 has come, so I will move to the second index and increment it by 1. Now the 3 has come, I will move again to the third index and increment it by 1. Now I will move again and see the 2 has come, so I will move to the second index and increment it by 1. Again next, again 2 has come, so I will again go to the second index and increment it by 1. Again 2 has come, so again I will go to the second index and increment it by 1. So see, there are total 4 number of 2's available and 2 number of 3's available. Okay. So is it possible to make them pair with each other? Yes, it is. Why so? Because if we look into the number of occurrence of each element, so it is a even number. And when it is an even number, it means like it is 2. So it means there is there are two threes, so they can be paired with each other. If there are 4 2's, it means there are 4 2's, and we can make two pairs of 2's with each other. And that is why if there is even even number of occurrence in the array of each element, so we can consider that it will be possible to make pairs of all those elements. So let's solve the problem. So the first thing is we can see that the nums of I can vary from 1 to 500 only. So it will help me to make an array to decide the size of my array. So I will just put it 501 because the maximum size my num I can have is 500 only. Again, now next what I will do, I will just count the occurrence of each number. So what I'm gonna do, I will say what I was doing here. There is 3, so I was moving to the third index and incrementing it by 1. Similarly, I will move to the num index that was 3 in the first case, and increment it by 1. Okay. Now I will see my count array, and if I will take the modulo 2 of it to see whether this occurrence is even or odd. And if this is odd, then I will just return false. And if all the occurrences are even, so I will return true at the end. So let's just see the test cases. So test cases have been passed. So yes, our summation has been accepted. So that's all for the